MFL Season 9 starts today. Goal Rush finishes today, and for the first time this season, we get progression. And they are all things we're going to go through today, alongside the projections for each team as well, how we've done on Goal Rush, and the current standing on MFL. So welcome to the Kempi Season 9 preview. If you guys are brand new to MFL, there is a code down in the description. If you click that link, you get access to MFL, and you can currently play for completely free. There isn't long left to register. In fact, I think there's only 2 or 3 days left to register if you haven't done it yet, and you can build a club for completely free for a whole season and get to play MFL. So if you haven't done that yet, get down in the description down below. But today, well, I can't wait any longer. I'm going to check progression with you guys straight away. It is literally 10:01, and I'm going to go through each individual squad, each individual club, and check progression in the last 4 hours. And I really, oh my God, that's 4 weeks. I was going to say, what has happened? Absolutely nothing. That is what we love to see. To be fair, Shizuka Raycon, a bit of an older club. There is no surprise to me that there isn't a lot of progression going on here. It'd be nice to get Fidelis up a little bit. And Piccolo recently tier broke last season, promoted to this team, which is awesome. But the rest of them, I'm not expecting loads of progression for. And to be fair, I think what we'll do is we'll go through each team and each sort of projection for each team where we are. So when this league dropped, we were predicted to come in 3rd place, which, I mean, I don't think this team at all was ready to get promoted. And now I don't expect it even more because everyone's gone and improved their team drastically. So we are now actually predicted 8th and are going to have a bit of a relegation battle on our hands, which I don't mind at all. Season 9, I think, is going to be the most fun season for me, because I'm not projected to win any leagues whatsoever. I'm not projected to even really get in any playoff places. It is going to be an absolute scrap for my life, where tactical changes and the new tactical match plans are going to be such a huge thing in attempting to climb us up the leagues rather than finishing in relegation battles. So for Shizuka Raycon, we are an 8th place team, which I don't mind at all. Obviously, a club of slightly older players. This is the club which by far I have the least connection with, because there is the least pack ball players in here. But saying that, we have the likes of Richard Turku, who has been a bit of a legend for us so far. Obviously, myself, Will Kemp in the cam role, Bazin, who I really like, Piccolo, who I really like as well, and then a couple of older players, Fidelis, who I really like. A lot of them are pack ball, but a lot of them aren't. And that is Shizuka Raycon, who are our best club in the Ice division. Going into one of our brand new teams, you guys don't think would have seen this, but this is Sydney Wairua MFC, another Ice club, because I thought we could do 2 teams in Ice, to be honest, with the players that I've pack pulled and got. We did a lot of like uncommon packs to get some decent players in there, and we managed to build out a pretty nice team for Sydney Wairua. And a lot of the players that were in NY Ardent last season, I wanted to get promoted into this next level. So what I've done is I've basically just moved that whole team up here, added in a couple of players like Pina, who's a 23-year-old central midfielder. Up front, Victoria Andrade and Lasha Shabatudze are there. Losiu in cam, Romeo in DM, Lingard, Kobo, Lopez, Taki and Holst as the rest of the players. I don't notice any stat changes there from them, but let's check if we've got any progression for the Sydney boys. Oh my God, it's done that again, hasn't it? God, it's baited me in. We have actually got a lot. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Right, this is the first bit. This is the first day of progression. Straight away, Victoria Andrade. I mean, this is the guy which we brought for $2.50 as a 51 overall. And over the last 2 seasons, he's double tier broke and is apparently set to carry on flying. And good thing, he's improving his physical and his passing as well, because they are quite low. Need his pace to go up a little bit more as well. But the fact that his stats other than shooting are going up, I really don't mind. So very happy with that. Lasha Shabatudze going up and dribbling is also awesome. He was a pack ball from last season as a 64 rated. Tier broke right at the very end of the season, and has started this year with a +1 in dribbling. So very excited by that front too. And Charles Loseu was one of my more expensive purchases back in the day, $28 on the 20th of July as a 21-year-old cam, maybe 20-year-old cam. He was a 64. Finally tier broke last season, which is good. And has, again, started this year +1 dribbling, which we absolutely love to see. And that is it in terms of the boys from Sydney. But Sydney this year are going to struggle. We are the youngest team, which I really like, 25.9. but projected to get relegated. And there's a couple of teams that are in our reach. Chichester Cultivative, especially because they're an older squad, won't progress. So I think we can get them, and potentially WKA Alexandria as well. And tactics-wise, we're going to have to just be on top of our game. Playing the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, I didn't mind at all last season. And these two boys up top, I know can score lots and lots of goals. So that's Sydney. And then we have our one and only Spark side, NY Ardent. Now, these have lost a lot of players from last season, but gained some superstars. Tim Byrne was really good last year as a backup. Mounier is a brand new striker. Estevez, we can finally move into a cam role where he's actually a better rated than left mid. Dejanovic and Verbroven, Rueda, Romero is a brand new left back. And then a huge pull from last week, a 16-year-old 59 rated centre back. Value wise, this guy's I think is about $50 to $60 at the moment, but 100% keeping hold of Tony Hansen, 16 years of age. If he can progress, I'll be absolutely buzzing. If he goes up to even like a 61, 62 this season, I'll be over the moon. First season and 16 to get progression would be awesome. Next to him is Bosio. Right back is Montiero. And in goal is Makumba Deme. Now, this was Davies' goalkeeper who he pack pulled. So I still have that little bit of connection to him. I gave him $84 for him. A 22-year-old, 6'2", 64 rated goalkeeper. Excited to see what Makumba Deme can do. Have we got any progression this season? I'm not going to get baited by it being on the 4 weeks this time. No progression whatsoever, though, for NY Ardent. A little bit disappointing, actually, because this is a young squad. So I'd have liked to have seen a bit more in there. Checking out the projections for NY Ardent, we are down in... Where are we? 7th place, mid-table, absolutely fine. There is a chance because of our age in our squad, we can overtake Trust the Process and Le Terrain Vert Mexico. But other than that, I think we will struggle to go up. Saying that, Le Vert Mexico have got a +1 and we haven't, which is very frustrating. And St. Louis, who is the youngest, 22.8 average age, which is crazy, didn't go up either. So I shouldn't feel too hard done by. But the NY Ardent boys, nothing coming from them. Absolutely fine. No +1s overall yet is a bit annoying. But we'll move on to Cusco Espirito, last season's cup winners. So a team which have silverware now in Aspirants Cup are projected this year to be in 7th place. Once again, 56.64, 23.5 in terms of average age. I firmly think we can get up to 5th this year. Number 1, Perth Ravens, is miles clear. We can see already we've got +2 in progression, which is awesome. So we love to see that as the youngest squad in this league. Let's check who's gone up already for this team. I would love it to be... Oh, God, this is done straight away, the right customs. We've got Sevkic and Liete, 2 players I'm not too fussed about, to be honest. In terms of positions, Sevkic is our 3rd choice centre-back, maybe even 4th choice, to be honest, based on his age. And Liete is a backup DM. I think he might be a starter, actually. Let's have a little look in the team. No, we've got Schulte in there. So no starters going up, but the rotational players going up is never a bad thing. Checking out the progression once again, but let's just go into it properly. So overall, we've got them two as a +1, which is awesome. In terms of pace, nothing in terms of shooting. Liete goes up in shooting and passing as a DM, which is interesting. Defending, Sevkic, and then physical, Pinheiro. Love to see that. Ramon Pinheiro is someone that I brought for... No, I actually pack pulled. I thought I brought him for $1. I didn't. 51 overall. Ended up tier breaking last year and having a really good progression spike. And going up this season already in physical. He is a 6'5" Spanish central midfielder. So love to see that from big Ramon Pinheiro. A really good player. Can't play in DM. If he could, it'd be outrageous. I've checked his player profile before in terms of his rating. And it's really not that good, which is a shame because he's got the pace, defense, physical, and passing. But for some reason isn't that high rated, which is frustrating for him. But really good to see progression from Cusco Espirito. Matsuyama Tamashi FC, MFC, my only other permanent club, which we own. We check progression out for these as well. I'm not expecting too much, I don't think, in terms of age profile with these. We've got no progression overall. Just a +1 physical to Ivo Coimbra, who is a backup striker for us. Age profile, this squad has got a couple of youngsters in it. Trinade and Wilkinson are 2 18-year-old centre-backs, pack pulled this season. We've even got a 39 rated in this squad. Just filling it out to have a max 25. But again, Tamashi are going to struggle. 7th place, 52.64. Youngest team overall at 22.3. but quite a way off this sort of 5th place. I mean, 5 overall points in terms of average. So miles off that, but getting top 6 is more than possible if we can overtake the ATL Titans. And finally, it is Naples Army MFC. Now, these have gone up +1 already, which is interesting. This is my free club in terms of I get to show off as a sort of partner with MFL. They gave me a free club to be able to try out for content reasons, which is awesome. In terms of squads, I gave them pretty much all of my overflow players and a couple of players that I want to keep a really firm eye on as well. So should be an interesting season. Projected to get, down in the relegation zone, but I think we'll be okay with these. Checking out the progression. Obviously, we've had a +1 already for Sam Bruckner, which is very interesting. This is on 4 hours. Loads of progression here. Now, this guy I thought we'll put in a team because, last season he wasn't in a team, I don't think. He must have been. He started as a 39, already up to a 41 as a 20. Now, of course, awful shooting, awful stats, absolutely horrendous, but if he gets like a boost this season, he can go up to a 50. You never know with Sven Bruckner. So someone I'm certainly going to keep an eye on for sure. Passing-wise, it's also Carrasco going up +1 in passing as a 26-year-old, and Brett Martinez as well. The right mid 49, who's a 56 rated right winger going up in passing, which is really good for him. Dribbling-wise, we've got 30-year-old right back Norton going up. He actually progresses quite a lot, which is really strange. Started off as a 44, he's just slowly gone up, which is weird. But defending wise as well, Matos going up, which is interesting. Someone I brought in last season for $1, young little left back, and no one in the physicals. There's not many players I've got that out on loan this season. Most of my players now are in teams for me, which I personally really like. So we'll see if we change this to 4 hours again. Just double check. So Sevic, Liete, Bruckner. Pace-wise, nothing special. Shooting-wise, just Liete. Passing, quite a bit coming in, but no one outside of the agencies. Same for dribbling, same defending, and same physical. So I was right with who I loaned out. We have got a couple of players in the dev center this season. We have got, where are they? Jean Gaudin, a 45-year-old defensive midfielder who I really liked last season. He was a 44 starting and went up +1 in his first year. I've got him in there for 4 seasons as well, so excited to see what he can do. And then still, Zyko Zekna has got 2 seasons left in here. I put him in at a 54, and he's been stuck in tier jail the whole of last season, Dev Center. So he's got 100% progression on him, so we're not losing out, but not going up, which is a bit of a shame. Would love to see him burst onto the scene. But that is it in terms of sort of our clubs and what they have been doing. We also need to talk about Goal Rush because in terms of our agency size, we are the lowest rated participants on 26, but a massive thank you to the other 25 legends that got involved, because you guys have been smashing it. In terms of goals, we're ahead of Chuboy, who nearly has double the amount of players, Hunteraj, who has nearly triple the amount of players, and FIP Army, who has, 8 more players. What we have got here in the Kempi Army is dedicated players, which I absolutely love to see. We can play our rush match right now. In fact, I'll get that playing on in the background. If you are in the Kempi Army, I'll tell this secret to you. Literally just going to the rush match and click out of it. You don't need to watch it. Just make sure you're playing as many games as possible. In terms of myself, I've played, 20 games? 20 games, but some legends in here. Sterling Archer, 33 games. Ishar, 29. Davies on 30. Savatop on 23. Elo on 35 games. Keep Walking on 24. Me on 20. Mateba on 23. And to be honest, there is sort of, 10 players here that haven't played a single game. It really has been massively helped by these people helping out. And we have now got level 3 on the perks as well, which is awesome because we've all got to get 3 dev center passes, raffle for 500 MFL, and a custom pitch. So massive thank you to the legends that have helped out massively. I really, really appreciate it. In terms of like the Dirk order, they are possibly going to reach level 6. They have absolutely smashed it. 37 games, 290 goals, big Wilbert. I don't know what broski's on, but his boys are just smacking in goals left, right, and centre. 6, 6, 4. To be fair, there's some games which aren't quite as much, but yeah, he has been smacking in goals. Big Wilbert, fair play. MFL French as well, 9,000 in terms of thingy, but 408 participants. I imagine their goals are a lot more difficult. They are, so they might not get to the next level. But obviously us on level 3 is absolutely awesome. In terms of MFL Season 9, though, I am excited. We have obviously got our schedule for the season now. If we just check this out quickly before we wrap up the video, our first game is, where are we? These are a bunch of lone players. Matsuyama Tumashi at 6:43 and Naples Army at 6:43. Bit of a shame they're both on at the same time. But then 10 minutes later, we've got Cusco Espirito, and then we have NY Ardent at 7:07, Shizuka Raycon at 8:01, and Sydney Oairua at 8:05. Again, they're a bit close, which is slightly frustrating, but is what it is. I haven't really got much else to go through today. That is a complete and utter preview and rundown of our season number 9, and one that, like I said, I think could be my most enjoyable yet, because I'm not meant to dominate. I'm probably going to struggle in every single league, and it's going to make it a really fun challenge in terms of the tactics, etc. So I'm going to let it run for a week and then probably come back next week. In terms of the MFL content, FM26 comes out in hopefully the next week in terms of the beta. So I will be very locked into that. So I'm hoping I still keep up with MFL in terms of content and in terms of gameplay. But of course, the bread maker, the breadwinner, the money, the thing that makes this potentially a job one day is Football Manager. And I am going to be heavily locked into late night sessions. But that probably means while I'm editing on the side, I'll also be doing some MFL stuff as well. So hopefully we can smash that. If you guys don't know the FM channel, just type in Kempy on YouTube. We are on 19,000 subscribers now, which is wild. So yeah, go over there, check it out, and subscribe to that channel. But season number 9 on MFL, let me know how you guys are going to get on, and I'll speak to you next time.